I think there's one thing that is crystal clear as it relates to the Georgia Bulldog football program right now. And that is that Kirby Smart and this staff are out for blood. They are laser focused right now, not only on building the best team possible in 2024, but what they're doing on the recruiting trail right now. And I think we're going to see some more positive news coming soon as it relates to the 2025 class. But they are out hunting. I mean, they are laser focused right now. I've been talking to a lot of people close to the Georgia program, and ever since they lost to Alabama in early December, they've just been on a roll, right? They've signed the #1 recruiting class in 2024, just a couple weeks after losing to Alabama. They went and crushed, just bashed Florida State's skull in the Orange Bowl, made a statement, winning by 60 points or, putting up 60 points, whatever it was. Felt like they won by 100. He went out and hired Dante Williams, right? Fran Brown, who was the defensive backs coach, went to Syracuse. Cool. What does Kirby Smart do? He goes out and recruits one of the best recruiters on the West Coast. So he brings in a guy with West Coast ties to add to his already elite recruiting staff. Then he goes out and he takes away Travaris Robinson from Alabama. Of course, Nick Saban had to leave for that to happen. But he said, you know what? I'm going to go to Alabama and poach their best recruiter on the staff. He added 3 wide receivers to the portal, right? No Ladd McConkey, no Marcus Rosemy-Jacksain. There were like 4 other wide receivers who hit the portal. He said, I don't care. That's fine. We'll go out and we'll get Colby Young, a big 6'5" pass catcher from Miami. We'll get London Humphreys, an impressive freshman from Vanderbilt. We'll go get Michael Jackson from USC, a guy who, when healthy, can make a lot of plays. Everything that happens negatively to the program, Kirby Smart one-ups it and brings in something bigger or better. If a guy leaves, he replaces with someone better. If a coach leaves, he replaces him with someone who can do that job, right? The dude is out for blood right now. There's a lot of great positive energy coming out of the Georgia program right now. A lot of people, including myself, think that they should be #1 heading into the 24 season. They just wrapped up the #1 class in 24, flipped KJ Bolden, a 5-star, right on signing day as well. Ever since they lost to Bama, they've been on a tear. They've been on an absolute tear, and it's because they lost that one game. Now they have a real chip on their shoulder, right? After the 21 season, they had to create some type of motivation. Well, no one thinks we can repeat, blah, blah, blah. No one thought that, but they had to tell themselves that so they don't become complacent. And of course, they won the national championship in 2022, 15-0, just dominant, right? And then they had to keep that up. Well, no one thinks we're gonna 3P. We're missing Stetson Bennett, blah, blah, blah. They had to tell themselves that. Everyone knew Georgia was going to be very good going into the 23 season. But then they lost a game they should not have lost. Georgia is better than Alabama. They were the better team all year long. Alabama played better than they did on Saturday. Georgia let that game get away. And they'll tell you that. They should have won that game. They felt like they were going to win that game. There's a reason most people, including myself and national college football people, media members, whatever, most people thought Georgia was going to win that game. They didn't. And now they have to tell themselves, okay, that can't happen again. We can't lose. Well, they definitely can't lose to Alabama anymore. And I might make another video about that, but there are no excuses. They have to beat Alabama. But now it really is championship or bust. And when you don't win a championship, you have to grind even harder. Kirby Smart has to work harder. His staff has to work harder. They have to get better players. There's got to be a reason why they lost to Alabama, right? They have to execute better, and that goes down to coaching, recruiting, a lot of different stuff. But everything they've done since losing to Alabama has been for a reason. It's been for a purpose. And again, what they did in the 24 class was phenomenal. And what they're doing right now to start the 2025 class, they're on a tear again. They might sign the #1 class in 2025. They might have back-to-back top-ranked recruiting classes. And we say it all the time. Coaching's great. Coaching will win you a lot of games. Coaching alone is not going to win you championships. You have to have the players. Best coach in the world, if he's got a whole bunch of 3 and 4 stars, not win the championship. You have to have players, and they are going out and they're doing it. Either from the transfer portal, which good news could be coming very, very soon. More good news out of the transfer portal. but they want to build their program and build their team through recruiting. Get those high school guys in that they want, develop them properly, and see them off to the NFL in 3 to 4 years. That's what they want to do, and that's how they have been so successful. At least it's one reason why they've been so successful. But I've been hearing a lot over the last several weeks of how focused they are on they're not losing the game. They're probably going to lose the game. The schedule is just too tough. It's one of the toughest schedules in the country, and I don't think people realize how tough it is going to Austin, Texas, going to Tuscaloosa. Still going to be tough. Georgia should win that game. Going to Oxford, going to Lexington, right? I still think Brock Vandagriff could be a good quarterback. I still think that. Playing in Lexington's never easy. They have a tough schedule. They'll lose, I think, one game in the regular season. But to them, to that staff, you think fans are mad and the world is coming to an end when they lose a game? I'm telling you, the staff and those players take it a lot harder than the fans do. I'm telling you that. Mike Bobo takes that loss worse than the fans do. Now, that's going to sound crazy. Everyone, if you're the Mike Bobo haters, you got to relax. You got to relax. Tell me right now who you want at offensive coordinator, calling the plays at Georgia. If you want Mike Bobo gone so bad, and he could have done a better job against Alabama, but the players didn't execute well. That's a fact too. The game plan could have been better. The execution could have been a lot better. Tell me who you want at offensive coordinator if it's not Mike Bobo, right? They've got the staff to win a national championship next year. They've got the players, and they are focused. They are locked in. This staff is recruiting at an elite level. They are working harder than they ever have. Kirby Smart has one goal. He is just laser focused on national championship. I'm not saying that he wasn't in the past couple years, but everyone's telling me, dude, you think Kirby was working hard before? You think he was locked in before? That Alabama game changed them. It really did. They knew they let one get away. They let a three-peat slide through their hands. And they're doing everything they can to not let that happen again. Losing is unacceptable at Georgia now. It's acceptable in some cases everywhere else, not at Georgia. It doesn't matter who the opponent is, because only one opponent has beat Georgia in the last 3 years, and it was Alabama. That's the only team that is able to beat Georgia in the last 3 years. They know that, and in their mind, they shouldn't be losing to Alabama either. Now they definitely shouldn't. But Kirby Smart is out for blood. Again, everything, you lose a coach, he gets replaced. Kirby's on top of it. He is 2-3 steps ahead of everyone. He knows when something bad could be happening. He knows when a player enters the transfer portal that he could have used next year, and he goes out and gets someone else. He loses a guy on the trail. He goes out and gets another really good player. It's just what he's doing right now specifically. I think behind the scenes, I don't think a lot of people realize it. The dude's out for blood. He is ready to make his mark as one of the greatest coaches of all time. He's probably one national championship, maybe two, away from being one of the best of the best. When he retires at Georgia, I don't know if he'll be on Saban's level, because Saban's got 6 at Alabama, 1 at LSU. It's going to take a lot for Kirby to get to Nick Saban's level. But, I mean, right now you can say he's at Urban Meyer's level or better, Steve Spurrier level or better. He will pass Steve Spurrier. He will pass Vince Dooley if he hasn't already, and pass a lot of these other coaches. Bobby Bowden, he's going to get there. Bobby Bowden has all the wins, and he's got some national titles. So Bobby Bowden is one of the greatest of the greats. But Kirby Smart is on a mission. Again, he's out for blood. That's what this topic is, because that's a direct quote that I've heard from people who are associated with the program, who know what's going on behind the scenes. They know how good this team could be. They know how hard this staff is working on the recruiting trail. And they're telling me, dude, I mean, they're going to do everything they can to not let a game like that with the season on the line slip through their hands. Every detail matters. Every little thing revolving around this program matters. The strength and conditioning, the nutrition, the assistants, the recruiting assistants, they work hard too, planning out all of these visits that they're taking the helicopter to, right, on the recruiting show. Every little thing matters, and it's going to turn into more national championships. I firmly believe that, and it could happen next year. Thanks for watching this video. Really appreciate it. We've got a lot of content over on Dawg Post. Got some stories we're sitting on, just waiting for the news to break. You can read all of that over on the website. That's where the real scoop is. the insider scoop that we can't talk about on YouTube. It's over on the website. You can sign up to Dawg Post, or you can just sign up to our free newsletter and read a lot of the free stories we have over there. Free is free, and you don't get free in this world very often, but it's free to sign up to our newsletter. That link is down below, and it's free to read lots of stories that we have over there. Some of them are premium, right? That's where the inside scoop is. But a lot of these stories are free. Make sure you check us out over on the website. Really appreciate y'all watching, and I hope to see you on Dawg Post.